everybody, welcome back to the channel for the second episode of Crusader Garage. If you guys could kind of tell by the beginning where you see my logo and you hear a sound bite of a car, it's a little bit different from the first one. Actually, it's totally different because it's this car behind me, a 2018 Zl1 1Le. What I'm going to try to do is, if you guys want, I would say if you've got a hot rod and you think it sounds pretty good, email me a sound clip of your car and kind of a brief description of what's done to it and what your name is. And what I'll do is over the next however many episodes, I'll pick one of the cars and put your sound clip at the beginning. And when the video starts, I will basically tell everybody what the sound clip of that car was and who it was. So anyways, so what I'm going to kind of go over today is my other hot rod that you see behind me, the 2018 Zl1 1Le. I bought this car about a year and a half ago after I'd sold my 69 Camaro that I was building. I wanted a new hot rod, and I've never owned a brand new hot rod. I've always owned actually it's mostly been all old Fox bodies and then that 69 Camaro. Well, I got rid of it and went and searched for a brand new one. So at the time, I went and looked at the GT350 because I'm a big Ford fan. I grew up, all I've ever really driven was Fox bodies. I love them, so big Ford fan. But when I went and looked at the GT350s, every Ford dealership that I went to, the dealership itself was adding 10 and some were adding 15 grand to the price of the GT350. And I think the sticker on those was 62, 63. Don't quote me, but somewhere around there. Which, with the dealer markup, it put it right in line with what, at the time, these were going to be sold for. The R model, I know some dealerships were adding 30 grand to the price, so that one was like totally out of the equation. But what it boiled down to is which one had more power and which one I think I would have more fun with. So in the end, this one won. And when I went to go talk to the dealership, I think it was a Modern Chevrolet somewhere in North Carolina. I had to drive a couple hours to get it. But they gave me, at the time, I know you can get them a lot cheaper now. This is right when they came out. It was like $2,500 or $3 grand off the price of the sticker. So that sold me immediately. And so far, I have loved the car. I mean, 650 horse, 650 torque, and the suspension on this thing is just phenomenal. Plus, it's got air-conditioned seats. It's got, it's got heat. It's got nav. I mean, you name it, it's got it. Most of the hot rods that I've grown up with were the Fox bodies where the heater core was busted. So, you had to bypass it so you didn't have heat. They didn't have AC, or you took it off because it robbed power. So that's kind of the cars I grew up with, so I'm super happy with this. I know a lot of guys have complained that they ride pretty rough. It doesn't ride rough to me. I don't drive it that often, but every car that I've ever owned hot rod wise, usually had solid motor mounts. So I like a hot rod or race car, whatever you want to call it, to feel like a race car. So this one feels a lot better. My Coyote Swap Fox body's got solid motor mounts and all that. This thing actually rides a lot smoother than that car. So it doesn't bother me. Some guys complain, but I don't daily the car. But so far, like I said, I've owned it for a year and a half, and I told you I don't drive it that much. This is usually the car that me and my son take out to like car shows, or we'll go up, he likes coffee. We'll go up to the local coffee place and get him a coffee or something like that. But most of the time it stays in here. But anyways, it's been a phenomenal car. I love it. One of the things I'll tell you, so some of you guys that own this, or if you own a car, one of the products, and this company's not paying me or anything like that, but I usually try to buy or use new waxes or anything like that to see, come across something that works very well. Here recently I have. So the product I bought the other day, and I've used it on this car, and I've used it on my wife's, is this F11 by Top Coat. It's a spray-on wax, but it's actually, the one thing I like about it is I can do the whole car in it. I can do the rims, and the one spot that all the other waxes that I've tried didn't do that great on was, as you guys know, these cars, the hood comes wrapped in that flat, black, wrap on the hood. Well, this stuff cleans it and puts just enough shine where it doesn't look so different, the wrap, from the mirrors. Because these cars, when I got it brand new, the hood was just flat black, and there's like a very semi-gloss or whatever on the mirrors and the trim at the front and down here. It kind of looked odd. This stuff actually makes that flat, gives it just enough shine where they actually match. It actually cleans, because these rims are powder coated or painted or whatever, it cleans these very well and actually keeps the brake dust off. The only thing I've not liked about these brakes, they're huge, but whatever pads they put in there, the brake dust just gets caked on these wheels, and I hate it. I hate cleaning them. This stuff, actually, I sprayed it on there and have wiped them off, and it's easy now. I just literally got to rinse it off. So something you guys may want to try. You may not. Like I said, I'm not getting paid by this company, but this stuff so far has worked very well, and it cleans plastic. It cleans everything. Like, I use this on every piece of the car, and it shines pretty good. So anyways, so in a minute, we'll go under the hood, and I'll show you basically under the hood. The only thing I've done to it is a Rotofab intake. That is it. I looked at, you know, the Weapon X, Rotofab, I think K&N, all those make one, but I'd heard a lot of good stuff about the Rotofab, so I bought it, and it was a very nice product and very easy to put on. But I'll show you that in a minute. I'll show you what I've got here is a new product. I would call it a new product, but something I just bought for the Coyote Swap Fox body. As you guys can see in here, I'm about to bring it in here once I get this garage, this section cleaned up. But stuff is starting to come in for the work that I'm about to do on it. So I got this narrowing jig off of eBay, actually pretty cheap. It is for a 8/8, but it's to put the big bearing 9-inch ends on the end of an 8/8. So it's got the basically the ends for the jig for the big bearing, and the other ones for this bar to go through the center. I think, so it looks like Zl1 is where I got these from. I don't know if you can go online, but I got it off eBay. I think these were, the whole kit was about, I don't know, $98 or $100. And then I got this 1.25" bar to go right through the center to line all these up for, I don't know, $50, $60. So let's say I got $150 in this narrowing jig. That is a hell of a lot cheaper than you could pull it out and get somebody to actually do it for you. And I've got a TIG and MIG welder and all back there, and I'll go through the whole process of showing you guys how I'm cutting it and how I'm welding the ends on. But anyways, I told you guys Zl1 super cheap. If that helps you guys in getting a cheaper solution instead of sending it off to somebody, and so be it. If not, oh well. But anyways, let's look under the hood now and see under the hood. All right, guys, here's under the hood of the Camaro. As you can see, it still looks brand new under here. Every time I drive this car, it's probably a little excessive, but I literally clean all up under here, make sure there's no dust, on this stuff, on the supercharger. But as you can see, it's got the Rotofab intake. It's the only thing done to it. I'd love to put a pulley on it, put a new, what is it, the 2650 supercharger, or even a Whipple, headers, stuff like that. That possibly is in the works, but not right now. With all the work I've got to do on the Fox body, this one, I'm fine with the way it is, because it's a great car. Here's the Rotofab. It was very easy to put on. I think it took me maybe 45 minutes, if that. I got the oiled filter, because at the time when I wanted to buy it, they didn't have the dry one, and this is all they had, so that's what I bought. And the one thing that I love, it feels like it added some power. I think Rotofab claims 25 rear wheel horse. I don't know if that's true, because I haven't dynoed the car. But the one thing that it does add is you can hear the whine from the supercharger now, and it sounds a lot better when you nail it. But like I said, just showing you guys under the hood. Hopefully more to come with this car. And what we're about to do is there's a local car show going on, and me and my son are about to take this to the car show. So once we get there, I'll try to snap some shots if they got some cool cars there. All right, guys, me and my son are headed to the car show. Hopefully we got some cool cars there, and either we'll get some video or get some pictures. But we're out in the Zl1.